Hi, my name is Alexis Pizarski, and I'm going to do my portfolio project on cell phones allowed in school. Me personally, I believe that cell phones should be allowed in school, whether they are used for academic purposes or not. According to debate.org, 71 people say that students should be allowed in school because we are preparing ourselves for the real world, and in the real world there's not rules that you can and cannot use it when you're in the business. If you use it for the internet, you can use it for whatever purposes you may need, and they don't restrict you for that. But also 29% say no because the students bringing cell phones to school would allow them to cheat or get distracted and not focus on the lessons they have at hand in the schoolroom that they're teaching in. I personally have had no problems with cell phones. My school had a strict no cell phone policy, and I've always seemed to break that. It didn't. I tend to focus better when it comes to using cell phones, whether I'm texting or whether I'm looking things up for school. I tend to focus better. It's just like having your own little personal computer, and sometimes you actually need that little extra boost with the cell phone. Sometimes you're stuck at a problem, and maybe you can text a friend, and they can help you out with the problem, and there won't be any problems. Um, I've never had a problem with it. I've always had teachers complain about it. I've had teachers who allowed it and teachers who forbid it. It just depends on the teacher. According to AJC.com, this school had a no texting, no cell phone policy, and the high school was located in Georgia. For 20 years, about 2,000 students in the school. It didn't allow cell phones at all. And last year, the administrator decided that they're going to use them anyways, so why not let them use them at all? Why not let them use them? So they weren't allowed, there were certain classes that they weren't still allowed to use their cell phones in. They still had personal classroom rules, but between classes, while they weren't in lessons, it didn't matter what you used them for. The classrooms that allowed them usually let them use them for school purposes like research and the internet and stuff that would help you with schoolwork, while the other classrooms forbid it, period, and they wouldn't let you use the cell phones no matter what it was for. During classes they could text, and this one teacher noticed that while in between classes, their kids that were in the school had their face down, face planted into your phone, and had them texting and worrying about other things that weren't as important as schoolwork should be. And she also noticed that it wasn't any quieter. They were texting each other. They were in the same school texting each other, but it wasn't any quieter. So she doesn't believe that it actually did anything for the school. It's just allowing more things. I've had teachers who would go on her side, and I've had teachers who would go on my side. Most of the time, teachers in schools do not allow cell phone use within the school, whether it is for school purposes or not. There are some places, like I know in my school, guided study. The teacher, it could be to teacher's discretion, and I had some guided study teachers that allowed me, and some guided study teachers that didn't allow me, and it just depended on the teacher. I still believe that cell phones should be allowed in school. Students learn better when they are more comfortable with their own environment.